Your neighbors can see everything you do in your own backyard. Your fence is ugly, your patio feels exposed, and real privacy landscaping from a nursery? Hundreds, sometimes thousands of dollars, and then years of waiting for plants to fill in. But Dollar Tree has everything you need to build privacy screens so beautiful and convincing that people will ask which landscaper you hired. Today, I'm walking you through 10 hacks with enough detail to build any one of them this weekend. Most under $20 total. Let's go! Welcome back to Daily Garden Fix, the channel for anyone who believes a beautiful backyard shouldn't require a beautiful budget. I've been that person standing in their yard feeling like they're in a fishbowl. Neighbors on three sides, an ugly fence, a space you want to escape from rather than escape to. And the fix always seems so expensive. Until I started seriously exploring what Dollar Tree carries in their garden, craft, and home sections, and realizing that with a little intentionality, you can build privacy screens that genuinely look like they belong in a magazine. I'm going to walk through all 10 hacks today with the materials, the steps, and the finishing details that make each one look expensive rather than budget. Stick with me through all 10, because the most dramatic transformations are at the end. Hack number 1. Bamboo placemat fence. You've walked past these rollable bamboo placemats 100 times thinking they were just for your kitchen table. They're not. They're your best weapon for instant privacy fencing. For materials, you need the bamboo platemats, zip ties, a hot glue gun, and optionally some thin garden wire for windy spots. If you're working with a chain link fence, hold the first mat vertically against it. Thread zip ties through the top, middle, and bottom into the chain link diamonds and pull them tight. Butt the next mat flush against the first with no gap and repeat across the full length of the fence. The trick that makes this look expensive is a second layer. Once your first row is up, add a second row of mats slightly behind and offset, like brickwork, so the seams of the second row fall over the centers of the first. This creates real depth and fills every gap. For wooden posts or freestanding frames, hot glue the mats side by side into a solid panel first, then wire the whole panel to your posts at top, middle, and bottom. Finish with Dollar Tree solar lanterns hung every 2 to 3 feet along the top. At night, the light filters through the bamboo weave and the whole thing glows like a resort screen. A 10-foot section typically runs $12 to $15 total. Hack number 2. Lattice panel living wall. This hack solves two problems at once: privacy and productive garden space. Grab Dollar Tree mini lattice panels from the garden or craft section and join them 2 or 3 high by threading zip ties every 4 to 5 inches along the connecting edges until you have one rigid panel. Mount the panel by driving 2 or 3 wooden garden stakes into the soil, 8 to 10 inches deep, then wiring the panel to the stakes at top, middle, and bottom. Once it's standing firmly, fill it. The fast route is Dollar Tree artificial ivy garlands woven in and out of the grid from the bottom up. The weaving locks everything in place without glue, and layering 2 different foliage styles creates convincing density. The better route is planting real trailing strawberries or herbs at the base and letting them grow up through the lattice naturally. Strawberry runners grab the grid on their own. Trailing thyme and creeping rosemary thread themselves through within a few weeks. By midsummer, you have a living wall that provides actual food and just keeps getting more beautiful with zero extra effort. Hack number 3. Tension rod plus shower curtain divider. This is the one I always recommend to renters first. Zero damage, completely removable, and genuinely beautiful when it's done right. You need 2 fixed vertical surfaces to span between: patio columns, fence posts, trees, or shepherd's hooks. Thread your Dollar Tree shower curtains onto the rod using curtain ring hooks before installing. Then press the rod into place between your surfaces and tighten until it holds firm. For wide gaps, use 2 or 3 different rods at slightly different heights rather than one long rod that might sag. Fabric choice matters enormously. Sheer white or ivory filters light beautifully and keeps the space feeling open and bright. For more actual privacy, use heavier, solid color tablecloths in cream, sage, or warm gray, and overlap 2 or 3 panels. Either way, weight the bottom hem. Clip small binder clips every 12 inches with a small rock or decorative item hanging from each. Without weights, the curtains fly around and look cheap.
With weights, they drape straight and elegant. Add string lights along the top rod and the whole thing transforms at night. Hack number 4. Faux ivy or flower wall panels. This is the hack that gets the most "where did you buy that" reactions, and it comes entirely from Dollar Tree. For each panel, you need a base. Foam board from the craft aisle works perfectly, or use an old picture frame with the glass removed, or a simple wooden dowel frame. Aim for roughly 2 feet wide by 2 to 3 feet tall per panel. Load your hot glue gun and start building your base layer. Cut ivy garland strands to your panel width and hot glue them horizontally rows from the bottom up, each row overlapping the one below, like shingles. Press each piece firmly for 5 seconds before moving on. Once the base layer covers the entire panel, go back and build up texture. Hot glue Dollar Tree faux flower bunches throughout the panel at varied angles, some facing forward, some tucking sideways, then add individual blooms in the gaps and mix in a second foliage type for variety. The key is density. If you can see the baseboard through the greenery anywhere, keep adding. 2 or 3 of these panels mounted side by side on a fence creates a floral privacy wall that looks like something from an event venue or a luxury hotel garden. Hack number 5. Hanging planter curtain. This one takes a little more setup, but it's one of the most striking screens on this entire list, and it actively improves every week as the plants grow. Install a sturdy horizontal rod or tension cable between 2 posts at about 7 to 7 feet off the ground. Hang Dollar Tree plastic planters in it in a dense row using S-hooks, spaced 3 to 4 inches apart. Vary the hanging height slightly, some an inch or 2 lower than others, so the row looks organic rather than rigidly uniform. Fill half the planters with real trailing plants and half with Dollar Tree faux trailing greenery. The faux plants give you instant density while the real ones get established. For real plants, pothos is ideal, nearly indestructible, fast trailing, and tolerates outdoor conditions better than almost anything else. Sweet potato vane is another great option, growing explosively fast with dramatic large leaves. Within a few weeks, the real plants start sending tendrils towards neighboring planters, and by midsummer, the whole curtain feels genuinely alive and unified, one continuous flowing green screen rather than a row of individual pots.
Hack number 6. Mirror illusion wall. This hack doesn't just create privacy, it creates a destination, a focal point that makes your entire backyard feel curated and designed. Start with your backing surface, plywood, a salvaged pallet face, or a fence board section. Paint it in a deep matte color, forest green, charcoal, or matte black. This background peeks through the greenery and you want it to disappear. Once dry, arrange your Dollar Tree mirror frames on the surface before committing to anything. Try a 3x3 grid for something formal, or a scattered asymmetrical arrangement for something more organic. When you're happy with the layout, mark the positions lightly in pencil and hot glue each frame in place, holding firm pressure for 30 seconds each. Now the greenery. Take Dollar Tree faux climbing rose strands or ivy garlands and weave them around and genuinely through the frame arrangement, tucking pieces behind certain frames, looping strands around corners, letting a tendril hang past the bottom edge. The goal is to make it look like the roses have been growing around this mirror wall for years. The mirrors reflect your actual garden back at you from multiple angles, real plants, sky, light, and surrounded by all that lush greenery, the whole piece reads as expensive, intentional garden art. Hack number 7. Cooling rack plus fabric screen. This one has a modern architectural quality that works beautifully for contemporary outdoor spaces. Collect Dollar Tree wire cooling racks and zip tie them edge to edge to build panels. 3 zip ties per shared edge minimum, pulled as tight as possible. For height, join 2 rows of racks vertically the same way. Stand the panel upright by driving garden stakes through the grid openings and into the soil behind it, or wire it lightly to an existing fence. Now drape your fabric. Tuck a sheer Dollar Tree curtain panel over the top rail and let it hang down the front face, threading it loosely through a few wire squares at the top to anchor it against wind. The contrast between the hard geometric metal grid and the soft floating sheer fabric is what creates that designed, intentional look.
For a more structured version, cut Dollar Tree tablecloths into vertical strips and tie them through the grid openings in neat rows for a louvered effect. Either way, take the time to adjust and even out every edge before you're done. Neat finishing is what separates this from looking like a craft project. Hack number 8. Garden fence panel extensions. Out of the package, these panels look a little toy-like. Follow these steps and they become something completely different. Collect enough panels to span your space. For panels you want to stack vertically, clip the ground spikes off the upper tier using wire cutters so they sit flat. Connect panels horizontally by zip tying their shared edges. Then stack your second tier on top and zip tie it to the first. Drive the ground level spikes into the soil and push a garden stake behind the run every 2 to 3 feet for stability. Now paint them. This step is non-negotiable. Matte black looks architectural and sophisticated. Forest green blends beautifully into the garden. Aged white gives a cottagecore charm. 2 coats, fully dry between them. Once painted, finish with solar string lights woven along the top rail, small pots hung from the rungs with S-hooks, or a climbing vine threaded through the grid. The painting alone transforms these completely. Everything after that is just making them even better. Hack number 9. Laundry basket dividers. Stay with me on this one. I know laundry baskets sounds crazy, but the finished result is genuinely beautiful and nobody ever identifies the source material. Flip your baskets upside down. This is the key. Inverted, the solid base becomes a flat top surface and the open grid faces outward as your visual texture. Press 2 inverted baskets side by side and zip tie them along the shared edge every 4 to 5 inches. Build your row as wide as you need, then add a second tier on top by zip tying the bottom grid of the upper baskets to the top grid of the lower ones. Spray paint the entire assembled structure in one uniform color. Matte white looks sleek and contemporary. Terracotta reads as intentional ceramic. Matte black looks surprisingly architectural. 2 full coats. Once dry, tuck trailing plants like pothos, sweet potato vine, or creeping jenny into the front grid openings and let them drape down the face. Set small herb or succulent pots on the flat top surface. What you end up with looks like a purpose-built sculptural planter wall, the kind you'd see at a boutique hotel, and nobody will ever guess it started as a stack of laundry baskets. Hack number 10. Fairy light and sheer fabric sail. And this is the one. Of all 10 hacks on today's list, this is the transformation that will make your backyard feel completely unrecognizable. This is the one your neighbors will ask about, the one people will assume cost a fortune. It costs about $12. Here's exactly how to build it. You need 2 sturdy anchor points 8 to 10 feet apart and 8 to 9 feet off the ground, posts, trees, patio columns, or deep-set shepherd's hooks. Between them, stretch 2 parallel lines of Dollar Tree outdoor fairy lights, one near the top of your anchor points and one about 2 feet below it. Pull both lines firm and taut. Now drape your Dollar Tree sheer curtain panels or tablecloths over both rows of lights so the fabric rests on top and hangs down on both sides. Overlap multiple panels by 4 to 6 inches if needed to cover the faux width. Clip the fabric to the light strings every 8 to 10 inches with small binder clips to prevent bunching and sliding. Then take a second strand of fairy lights and drape it loosely over the top surface of the fabric, not under it, but on top, so light sources sit on both sides of the sheer material. This is what makes the fabric appear to glow from within, rather than just being lit from behind. As the sun goes down, watch what happens. The fabric catches warm light from both directions and glows evenly across its full width. The sheerness keeps it feeling open and airy while creating an unmistakable sense of enclosure and privacy beneath it. Add a bistro chair underneath, a potted plant on either side, a candle on a small side table. You built that for $12 and it is absolutely beautiful. 10 Dollar Tree privacy screen hacks, and every detail you need for building any one of them this weekend. The biggest barrier between you and a beautiful outdoor space is almost never money. It's knowing what to do with what you already have access to, and now you do. Start with whichever hack felt most exciting to you today. Get it up, take your before and after photo, and let that first result carry you into the next one. Which of these 10 are you building first? Drop it in the comments. I read every single one. And if you've already done a Dollar Tree backyard transformation, share it below because this community genuinely learns from each other. New here? Welcome. Hit subscribe and ring the bell so you never miss a new video. And if you want to keep the inspiration going right now, click this video right here for more Dollar Tree garden ideas all season long. See you in the next one.